or triggering to hear someone that's Jewish saying, you know what I'm saying? And so I thought that it was a very
Or upsetting to hear a Jewish person say, "You know what I'm saying," and so I felt that it was a very clever, lyrical play. There was one person, though, that I would have liked to meet and get to know, and that would have been her. Her lyrics and the melodies she uses in her music reflect the many similarities between us, including the way she thinks and the way she views relationships and love. That's my homegirl, and I will love her to the end, my dear. Even though Drake never met Aaliyah, he has shown some seriously creepy, almost stalker-like behavior. He even got her face tattooed on him and claimed she would be an OVO fan if she were alive. Years ago, Drake attempted to push through a posthumous project with Aaliyah despite her family. Now Aaliyah's ex-husband, Dame Dash, has stepped in to call out Drake for his long history of disrespecting black music legends and cozying up to culture vultures. However, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It turns out Drake's obsession with Aaliyah isn't just cringy. It's actually disturbing. I don't think that will happen. Have you become a fan of Drake? If not, have you been converted? What is your opinion of the latest Aaliyah album, given that they stated, "Oh, that's a good question"? You worked with AO, but he didn't executive produce, and he hasn't contacted my Timberland to be on it. It seems extremely disrespectful to say something like that, so I'm saying, you can't, that's wrong, man. I wish it had happened maybe 7 or 10 years ago, when when you catch the elevator and beat him up and tell him it's real and you can't just walk around doing it. But now that people are referring to Drake as a PDF file and claiming he's the same as R. Kelly, what is Dame Dash's opinion on Drake's fixation on Aaliyah? And what about the other legendary black musicians? Drake continues to belittle you, so be ready because we're about it. Go in deep and examine everything once more. As Kendrick stated, it's as if Drake suddenly turned around and surprised everyone. Drake's strange fixation with the late Aaliyah is widely known, despite the fact that he never had a personal encounter with her. When Drake first began talking about Aaliyah in interviews, fans found it endearing that he was honoring her memory and recognizing her influence on R&B music. However, as time went on, Drake's obsession with Aaliyah grew eerie. In 2010, on the 9th anniversary of her death, Drake wrote this strange letter to her, which, to be honest, gave off serious stalker vibes. Feelings, Dana, I have never experienced the loss of a parent, friend, or lover, but I will always remember this day. I was devastated to learn of your passing, and it hit me like a punch to the heart from Muhammad Ali. Not only was I one of your biggest fans, but I was also deeply in love with you. I admired the way you presented yourself, the way you dressed, and the confidence with which you addressed passion and relationships in your music. I told myself that even if we were never introduced, I would have loved to have a woman in my life who was just like you. I regret that we will never be able to connect because music is now my career. But you should know that we all listen to you every day and are still moved and inspired by everything you've given the world. I hope I make the right life decisions so that I can end up in heaven, where I know you rest your head. I'll keep creating music in your honor until the day we finally have dinner together. Drake, first of all, why does Drake refer to Aaliyah as Dana by her middle name? Since everyone knows her as just Aaliyah, it's strange that he felt the need to distinguish himself by calling her Dana. It's also strange that he talked about how much he loved her and then assumed that if she were still alive, Aaliyah would want to work with him. Drake is seriously delusional, and don't even get me started on that last part where Drake says he wants to make the right life choices, so he can end up in heaven with Aaliyah. If even a fraction of those allegations Kendrick made about Drake are true, it's safe to say Drake is not seeing heaven or getting anywhere near Aaliyah in the afterlife. But despite getting backlash over this letter, Drake kept doubling down on what he claimed was his special connection with Aaliyah. In November 2011, he shouted her out on the track Will Be Fine, where he raps, "Since I saw Aaliyah's precious life go too soon, she deserves the credit for how I'm about to get it." That same year, Drake bought this custom in-ear monitor made with Aaliyah's face, and he started wearing it during all his live performances. He even bragged about it on Twitter, saying, "Rip baby girl in my ear" at every show, letting me know the next move I should make. Love you. However, it gets worse. In December 2011, photo surfaced of a shirtless Drake on a tennis court, and fans spotted a brand new tattoo of a woman on the left side of his back. And you guessed it, it's a portrait of Aaliyah. And then a few months later, Drake decided to get another tattoo dedicated to Aaliyah on his side in honor of her birthday, January 16th. Meanwhile, Drake also revealed that he has a huge collection of Aaliyah memorabilia, including a painting he commissioned of Aaliyah wearing an ooze shirt. In October 2013, artist La Hakim shared a photo of himself with Drake holding the art piece and wrote, "Drake and I with the painting I did for him. Let's analyze how disturbing it is that Aaliyah is wearing an OVO sweater." First of all, Drake is presuming that a deceased woman he has never met is one of his devoted OVO fans. But that's not even the worst part. The OVO crew is purportedly full of PDF files, and Aaliyah was a victim of PDF files. R. Kelly, the fact that Drake wanted a painting of her in an OVO shirt is not just disrespectful, but actually sick and twisted. And we'll talk about this Drake R. Kelly connection in a second. But first, let's discuss how Drake had the nerve to disrespect Aaliyah's legacy when he tried to release a posthumous album without her family's permission. So back in early 2012, Drake stirred up quite a controversy and angered Aaliyah's fans and colleagues when he announced he was going to release a posthumous Aaliyah album with his longtime producer 40. And is very special, even on your earpiece. Yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah, definitely has, yeah, some great Aaliyah news coming soon too. You know, so some special things, some tapes, just some special things, you know, some lost tapes. We just gave you that, like, just a little, 'cause I say I'm with Westwood. So I can't not but just great things, man, great things for Newsy period, just for Westwood. You know, she would be Beyonce if she was still alive in my mind. She another Beyonce lame, but just incredible, because I think more than anything, you know, Aaliyah always made music that it was never uncomfortable for me to listen to. You know, it's hard for me to ride around to a female singer, because at the end of the day, you're a man, you know, but she always kept this OG with the writing and the melodies that it just made it, you know, it was something to ride to, you know, especially when it was chopped and screwed. That's I used to love. Is that you Drake first dropped a track called Enough Said, which featured Aaliyah's voice, and he claimed Aaliyah's loved ones gave him their blessing to do an entire project as a tribute to Aaliyah. It's all off of an Aaliyah project that me and 40 are, you know, commanding. And 40 is just doing some incredible music right now. Yeah, so you know, to get 14 new AS songs, I mean, everybody should be excited. Great. And you know, the people around her, everybody from her family to her old, you know, management and label. We just like, if there's anybody out that can do it right now, it's me and 40, and that was an honor. And we're going to pull in some classic people, like anybody who used to work with Ayo, or you know, that was essential in her career. We definitely hope to have them involved. So it's great you get a new album this year on top of everything. But see, even back then, just days after Drake launched the project, Aaliyah's family and estate publicly distanced themselves from it, indicating that Drake was already displaying the telltale symptoms of a master manipulator and persistent liar. In a statement, Aaliyah's brother Rasha Houghton stated that no official album is being issued and is backed by the Houghton family. Timbaland and Missy Elliott, Aaliyah's longtime collaborators, both stated that they will not be involved in the album's production. Timbaland and Missy disclosed that Drake never contacted Timbaland directly about the project. Instead, he sent 40 to speak with Timberland. Missy then stated that she would never have taken any action without Aaliyah's family's approval because it is morally wrong.